Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new, my name's Chris and I'm glad you came along for the adventure today. Today we are in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. We're going to take a trip on the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway. You know, it's pretty neat. It's about a 25-mile trip. Right now, as you see behind me, I'm actually in a location called 100 Mile View, which is pretty neat. As you can see, I'll spin you around here. You are able to see on a clear day about 100 miles in every direction. Right now the skies are definitely hazy. We're still dealing with a lot of the wildfire smoke from the wildfires that are in Canada. But it is a really beautiful area up here. The weather's beautiful. You know, it's just a gorgeous day. So we hope that you stick along for the adventure today. Let's go get this show started. Look at you, the Queen of the Valley.
Queen of the Valley.
Queen of the Valley. I was on the train.
You can easily take a baby stroller in there, right?
You can take your baby stroller on. You have to fold it up, and the car host will tell you where to put it. How are
Oh,
you?
good. You?
Good. For Christopher.
Yes, ma'am.
2 for Dome.
Yes.
It means you have windows, you can open, but it's closed. You're welcome.
For the 1 o'clock trip for Dome car, they'll board at 12:30. You'll board between the 2 Dome cars that look like these.
Okay. It's okay to film?
Yeah.
To record?
We have a...
There you
Oh,
go.
thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, these are neat. Oh, is this a sticker?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I gotta follow you on YouTube. I find all these types of stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. See that sound effect?
Where we board?
Back there. I thought you were paying attention to
Oh.
that. Across the street, that big building with the clock tower is the Carbon County Courthouse. I'm gonna take a stroll up Broadway. I hear they have a whole lot of shops we can take a look at. One of the cool things that we found out about this town, we were doing some research on it, is they actually call it the Switzerland of the United States due to its old architecture and sitting kind of nestled in with the mountains. Jesus Christ! Man, I wish I would have had that on camera. Yeah. Okay. Oh my. Well, I don't know if you saw that on here, but we just had the absolute crap scared out of us by a Bushman. But anyway, yeah, so this is called the little Switzerland of the United States. It's pretty cool, nestled here in the Pocono Mountains, Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. We're gonna take a stroll through here. Let us know what you think.
What's going on in there? When's the last time they got one?
I've seen so many of his videos.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've seen so many of them. They've been popping up on my TikTok lately.
We're good to go get I was like listening to what you were saying. I wasn't paying attention. I was like, ah.
He got me too. That was incredible.
The thing is coming. Just come over here.
Yeah.
Coffee beans, camel seed shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is better.
They sell liquor.
I don't even know her. This shop right here clearly has everything nice. That's what the sign says.
I know, right? That car don't remind me.
I knew you would.
I had to get down.
Yeah, that's good.
Bigfoot believes in you.
Just walking on the street.
Singing do a diddy diddy dum diddy do. The Hotel Switzerland, which is now the Molly Maguire's Irish Pub. And across from the Hotel Switzerland, the old Carbon County Courthouse. With the statues that is presented to all the brave defenders of the Union from the County of Carbon.
have your tickets ready to board only where there is an open door and step up with a room on the car host present.
How you doing, sir?
Standard, I want to sit on that side, you see more.
Okay.
Unless you're a geology major. And more rocks over here.
Okay.
Big rocks. Standard, coach. Standard.
I did my homework.
You did. So he said we want to sit on this side.
You want to see more rocks on this side?
On this side. We want to do this side. All right.
State Park and step back into an era when anthracite coal was king and the railroads here provided a way of life for the region. I have a few important announcements. For your safety, we ask you to please keep your head and hands and legs, for that matter, inside the windows due to some close rock passes, trees, and an occasional freight train. When we're underway, have your tickets ready. Your car host will be moving through the car shortly to punch the tickets. The town of Jim Thorpe has a rich history that dates back centuries to when the town was known as Mauch Chunk. During its heyday, Mauch Chunk was known for its Victorian architecture, rich coal industry, and then as a popular tourist destination, much as Jim Thorpe is today. Its breathtaking scenery surrounded by rolling mountains, steep hillsides, and terraced gardens earned it the nickname the Switzerland of America, and later the gateway to the Poconos. In the late 1870s, Mauch Chunk was home to the Molly Maguires, a secret Irish organization who were accused of the murders of several coal industry bosses in their quest for fair labor. On June 21st, 1877, 4 of the Mollies were hung in the Carbon County prison known today as the Old Jail Museum. In 1954, the towns of Mauch Chunk and East Mauch Chunk merged to create the borough of Jim Thorpe. This is after Jim Thorpe's widow approached the towns looking for a final resting place for her husband. Today on the east side of town, a 20-ton red granite memorial stands with the words of King Gustav V of Sweden as he presented Jim Thorpe with his 1912 Olympic medals, stating, "Sir, you are the greatest athlete in the world." Beyond the town's namesake, Jim Thorpe remains true to its heritage, boasting of many Victoria-era buildings that grace Broadway, including the former New Jersey Central Station to your left. It provides you with unique shops, outdoor experiences, and restaurants that work to create a memorable experience for everyone.
Oh, well, Dome is supposed to be unloading up there.
Thanks, sir. I know. It's because you're a rebel, dude.
Yeah.
You're a rebel. Huh? Nah, you pissed him off, man. All right, well, that's going to conclude our trip to Jim Thorpe this weekend. We had a really good time. I loved the train ride. That was a lot of fun. The train ride took about 70 minutes. I thought it was extremely relaxing and peaceful. Maury thought that it was probably almost a little too relaxing and peaceful. She said she had a little bit of a trouble staying awake on the way back. You know, the train was kind of rocking her to sleep a little bit, but you know, we were in a dome car, which is more climate controlled and a little more smooth. One of the recommendations that she had was she feels that she would have enjoyed it just a smidge bit more had we have been in an open air car and had that, you know, natural breeze. Being up in the Pocono Mountains, the weather up there is absolutely gorgeous, and this weekend was no exception to that. You know, the weather was phenomenal, perfect to be able to get out and just enjoy nature, get out and go for a train ride. So you know, we really enjoyed our time up there. You know, you'll see a lot of really funny things that happened in the video. You know, one of the ones that I thought was pretty great was the Bushman when we were walking up Broadway Street, and that definitely scared the crap out of us. I wish I would have been able to get the video of it happening to Maury, but unfortunately we had looked up you know, what the gentleman had said, and we weren't able to find it. So I'm not sure if he is the actual Florida Bushman. From what I was gathering looking online, I don't think that he was, but irrespective, it was absolutely hilarious, and he did a heck of a job scaring the crap out of some people. So definitely enjoyed that. I wish I could tell you how to look him up, but I can tell you that you can see some of his videos at least by looking up Bushman in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. You'll see some of him that people had taken and posted up there, but I couldn't see anything actually from him. So, but yeah, you know, up in Jim Thorpe, there's so many things to do. The carriage ride that you saw in the video, that carriage ride, we had talked to the couple that were operating that ride, and they had said that I believe it was $20 a person for a 15-minute carriage ride. You know, people were doing it all day, so I would imagine it's a pretty enjoyable carriage ride. They had tons of food, tons of sweets that you could get. There was I think they were called lobster claws. They were really good sweets that were right outside of the train station there that this gentleman was selling. We actually forgot about them, otherwise we would have stopped and definitely picked some up. They looked delicious. They also had a trolley ride that was 70 minutes too, and we wanted to be able to get on that, but I think we're gonna come back and do that. Have something a little bit in the works there coming up that I don't want to give too many details about, but you know, there's a whole lot of information that was in the video when we were on the train ride that the tour guide was given as we were taking the scenic train ride. You know, so I'm not going to duplicate a lot of that, but one thing that I did think was pretty cool, Broadway Street, as we were walking up there, which is the main street that we walked on, they told us that was essentially kind of like Billionaires Row, where, you know, all the big money makers and back in that period, you know, they had lived there and built their homes. And the street that I actually found probably a little more fascinating was called Race Street, R-A-C-E. that was a very narrow road, and the architecture there I think reminded me a little bit more of Switzerland than what it did on Broadway Street, just with how the shops were laid out. They did have a really nice church that's there, you'll see in a video, but unfortunately they were charging admission to be able to go into the church, and that's just not something that I really agree with. You know, I'm all for having a donation jar or something that's out there to be able, you know, for people to give their, you know, the people to give whatever type of denomination that they want to give, but I just don't really agree with outright charging. I don't feel that a church is necessarily a tourist attraction. My wife and I, when we were in Puerto Rico, had visited the San Juan Bautista Church, which is either the oldest or the second oldest church in the United States, and Ponce de Leon is actually buried in that church. And even going to that church, it was also by like a donation system. You know, you could donate whatever it is that you wanted to donate when you went in, but there was no general admission to be able to go in, and I completely agree with that. You know, I think that there should be a donation system because, you know, churches are very important. That's how they operate, you know, by different money. But as far as outright charging guests to be able to go in, I just kind of turn a religion into a tourist trap. So did not go in there, wasn't very pleased about that. But you know, the rest of the time that we had there, we absolutely loved. The 100-mile view that we had gone to, that was something that we actually stumbled across on YouTube right before we had gone up there from another person who had did a video there, and I'm so glad that we found out about it. And one of the coolest things that I saw was they have like an observation area that's up there that you can go up, and that's where I was standing when I did the intro, and kind of talked a little bit there. But then they also have, on the second half of it, is a private campground that's on private land that you can make reservations on Tenter.com. I'll put the information up here somewhere as far as the picture and what the rates are. I think the rates during the weekdays, Monday through Thursday or Sunday through Thursday, I'm not 100% sure, I believe are roughly around $30 a night, and I believe on the weekends they're $50 a night. But you know, the view and the experience that you're going to get there is really next to none. You know, we've been doing this for a pretty long time, and at least around this area where we are, to be able to find a place like that was pretty fascinating. They do have bathrooms that are there, and another cool thing was they had a kind of like a tent set up in the general area, which was like right between the overlook area and the campground site. And in that general area, the tent that was set up, you could purchase bottles of wine or glasses of wine, or you could purchase beer, which I thought was awesome. So I'd actually, after we got our glass of wine and beer, I'd set our GoPro up right behind a rock so we could sit on this rock and you know, just enjoy our afternoon. And I had it on a time lapse. Unfortunately, there was a couple who had come up and got in the video and kind of ruined that, so I don't have that footage, which kind of sucks. But you know, that is kind of some of the stuff that you deal with sometimes when you're out. You know, people get a little curious and want to walk right up and get into a video, but you know, such is life. Things happen, no big deal. But we will, you know, I know I say this in a lot of videos that I would definitely go back to Jim Thorpe, but you know, like I said, we do have something in the works for another trip. I actually have another trip already booked there to be able to go up and visit. So you know, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Like I said, we had a heck of a good time, and really just enjoyed our time there. I would say more of the enjoyed time that was there was probably walking around enjoying things that the town had to offer. You know, but if you're up in the area, definitely recommend doing the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway. You know, the scenery on it is absolutely beautiful. I would say, you know, and I'm sure this is probably their peak time, but in fall foliage, you know, when those leaves are changing colors, it has to look absolutely gorgeous up there, just with the depths of the mountain ranges, and you know, it's really fantastic. I personally have never been on something like that, and the reason why I chose to do a dome car is that was only the second train I've ever been on in my life. The first one was through Stroudsburg Railroad, and I really enjoyed that, but we weren't an open car there. You know, it was a lot of fun. I've just never been in a dome car, and I was like, what the heck, let's give it a try. So you know, next time we do it, we'll have to pick an open air car and see if that experience is any better. But yeah, so anyway, make sure that you get entered into our giveaway. The keyword for this video is going to be train, because we rode a train, why not? So make sure that you like this video, comment train down below, and be a subscriber to our channel. We're going to run this giveaway from now until the end of September, where I will pick one lucky winner and send you guys out a shirt or a gift of your choice off of my store that I have. And, you know, just kind of a token of appreciation for you guys following along and making this all possible. You know, I really enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun. You know, obviously my channel's not monetized or anything like that, but you know, just being able to get out and explore some new things and take you guys with has been a lot more fun than what I could have ever thought that this would be. So that being said, this channel's not going away anytime soon, and you know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So once this giveaway is up, I already have something else that's gonna be in the works, you know, that we'll announce here at the end of September. But yeah, so anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on our next adventure. You know what I'm doing right now? You know what? Yeah. This is the outro. Music is playing. The Adventures of Frivicales is popping up.